Welcome to another edition of the Sabres Spotlight on the Marian Sports Network. I am Wade Bates. We're going to bring in Marian cross country and track and field coach Chris Scott, who's kind of wrapping up the indoor season. Coach Scott, before we talk about that, the NAC Championships coming up, can we look back a little bit because we haven't talked to you since the fall, but cross country season this past fall. Can you kind of talk about how that went?
Okay, cross country season was pretty well for the most part. We had a lot of our seniors finish up their last years. Alyssa, she led the program definitely in cross country, PR'd in a couple of her races.
So can you kind of talk about numbers-wise where you were at for the cross country season this year?
For guys, we're right around 5, and then for the ladies, we're right around 4.5.
You know, Marian's still relatively new when it comes to the cross country and track and field program here. So that's one of the goals that you came on is to really build this, isn't it?
Yes. Definitely trying to build our cross country program so we can definitely compete in the rest of the NAC conference in that area.
Sure. Now, the indoor track and field season as well got going in February.
Yes.
And you guys had quite an active month of February when it comes to indoor meets. Can you kind of talk about how that went leading into the NAC championship this weekend?
Yes, sir. We pretty much had a track meet every single Saturday leading up to conference this weekend. We worked very, very hard all of January. We pretty much drilled it over and over and over to aim for conference and getting ready to go take off there.
Talk about what you saw from your athletes in the meets that you had in February, because I know in this last meet you had I think it was the Panther tune-up. I think you had 5 top 10s for Marian indoor track and field. That's pretty good.
Yes, Jacob Seifert finished top 3 definitely in our 400. We're looking for him to aim for about a 50 goal for this conference. As a freshman, that'll be a good goal for him to start off the indoor season with. That to take him to outdoor right around a 45, about a 49. So that'd be a good put there. Then our 4x4 men's, they took 3rd also. For the first time running it, getting it rolling. It looks pretty good going into conference. We just got to get our sticks around.
So can you kind of talk about numbers-wise where you're at for the men and the women when it comes to track and field?
Yes. Combined, we're right around 20. It's definitely bigger than what it was last year. We're definitely aiming to grow it, getting it stronger. We're led by, again, we only have 3 seniors on our program this year, Nate Sampson, Jacob Landon, and Alyssa Zolt. A little bit of each category taken care of, so they're trying to lead the program.
Now, I know Marian's track and field program in the past, they've always been really strong having runners and such, but yes. I know one of the goals of the program and talking to you in the past was to build the field events as well. And can you kind of talk about that and where Marian's at when it comes to some field events?
When it comes to field events, we have our freshman leading it right now. Her name is Kamaje Patterson. She's a big powerhouse. She's aiming to get top 10 this year in conference as a freshman. That's a huge goal. And also for our long jumps, we haven't started doing too much jumping yet. I wanted to make sure that our forms were right. So Kandisha Duncan, she's going to be our main leader when it comes to long jump, triple jump.
I know one of the things that when you came in and took over the program, you were really looking to make sure everybody's fundamentally sound, wasn't it, in all aspects of track and field? How was that important?
It's very, very important because you can't just get out on the track and think that you can just run any type of style. Definitely when it comes down to the 400 meters at that last gut race, that 50 meters at the end of it, you have to figure out how you're going to dig it deep. So a lot of people choose to break forms, lift their heads, bend their backs through it. So we're definitely making sure that we're keeping that form, keeping our drive, keeping our knee lift going straight, keeping our hands coming at the right posture.
Now, this weekend is the NAC Championships. Talk about what's going to happen this weekend.
It's definitely going to be a very, very fast day. Again, for our Jacob Seifert, for him to go in as a true freshman, top 8 right now. His goal is to finish out top 3. That's going to take him to drop off an additional 2 seconds, but he's been working hard the last 2.5 weeks to aim for that. Also, for our 4x4 right now, we're going in about 8th, if I'm not mistaken. But, again, that goes right around our stick exchange, making sure we get that right in our 3rd leg. Last week also ran the 800, only had about a 20-minute recovery, so he didn't have a great leg. But we know this go around that he's going to have the right recovery that he needs, good stretch out, and then that's going to change everything.
We're talking with Marian track and field coach Chris Scott on the Sabres Spotlight of the Marian Sports Network. The NAC Championships this weekend. Where are those at Carthage?
Yes, sir.
And they're at Carthage. Now, how big is it for the Marian program when you're trying to build the track and field program to get student athletes in the podium so when people are there, they see the Marian Sabre logo and they see that Marian is on the rise?
Yes, it's very, very important. That's definitely what a lot of incoming freshmen wants to see. Where's that growth? Where is that aim going to come from? And if they can see that, okay, look, I got a 3rd place guy on my team that's looking to aim to get 1st place next year, that's going to give them that extra drive and that extra lift to want to be more successful in the program.
So after we get through this weekend in the indoor championships down at Carthage, then you turn your attention to the outdoor season. Can I talk about how that is going to flow?
Outdoor season is going to go very, very hard. I'll probably give them about a week and a half off. That way, just to let their bodies recover from, again, we've been going extremely hard all of indoor season so far and having to meet every single weekend. And that concept, that put a little wear and tear in their body. So we're going to take a little recovery, get ready for outdoor season, pound it hard for the next 2 weeks after that, and get ready to get a little bit of our cardio and our speed, stamina in work. A lot of our sprinters will do a lot of workout with the distance runners so they can get that extra kick work in.
Can you use maybe shoveling snow as some cardio and weight work?
Oh, yeah.
Snow you got? As a track coach, how frustrating is that when you see me keep getting more snow and you want to get outside,
Yes.
and especially as you get towards the outdoor season?
It's definitely stressful because you definitely want to try to get your sprinters out there when you can, but trying to do it in negative 20-degree weather with 16 feet of snow is kind of make it hard to do. But it's a lot easier to send out your distance runners to get that work in, and then you keep the sprinters on the inside, and we drill heavy on, again, like you stated, our fundamentals, and then we get our block work in and our work on our form and our technique.
How busy is the outdoor season for you when it comes to meets and events that you're going to be taking part in?
Outdoor season is very, very going to be extremely intense because, again, that's when we open up our jumpers are starting to come out, our long triple, getting a couple of our high jumpers getting used to that. And then, again, that goes to our shot, the disc, and the hammer at the same time. So it's going to open up our horizon big time.
When you are recruiting potential student athletes at Marian, what kind of a person are you looking for to be a part of this program?
The type of students that I'm looking for are those that, again, as student athletes that make sure that you're getting that education because, again, you have to be eligible to do your sport. But at the same time, I'm looking for people that are determined, that's driven, that's trying to build a program, that's trying to build a family to take over from there.
And if people are looking for more information on Marian cross country or track and field, how can they get in contact with you and inquire about joining our family?
Please definitely visit our Sabres Athletic website. Take a look on there. Contact me on email, text message, whatever you can do.
That's saberathletics.com. If you're looking for more information on Marian track and field or Marian cross country, you got to talk to Chris Scott. He's one of the best out there. You're watching a Sabre Spotlight here on the Marian Sports Network.